When you come here, you're going to explore something that you probably haven't explored. You're going to see something that delights you or surprises you or nurses a feeling that you didn't know you were having and makes you think about it long, long after you were here.
One of the founding members was a woman named Alta Jensen. She said that art in Utah can't be anything good or great till it can be anything it wants to be. That really has underpinned, I think, what a lot of people who have worked at the museum, the work that they've done.
I think UMOCA is a place of gathering and a place of conversation. First and foremost, we show art, but a museum, I think, is a lot bigger than that. It's about bringing people together to make and to be creative and to learn and to ask questions and to be in conversation with one another.
This is a space where there is always a fresh lens on how I can think about art, but more importantly, how I can think about my role as a citizen in this world.
At UMOCA, we show 16 exhibitions a year, typically over 100 artists. We have an artist in residency program. We have a program called Out Loud, which serves LGBTQ youth.
We have different public programs that goes from artist talks to panel discussions to symposiums and high school days.
We have an art truck that goes to all the districts, and we serve over 21,000 students a year. We have field trips, in-classroom visits.
It's a well-rounded institution that punches above our weight class.
Artist in Residence program is really valuable because it provides a year-long studio space. And so this opportunity really allowed me to dig into my research in the ways that I wanted to and spend that full year looking and thinking and mapping and creating in a way that I would not have otherwise been able to sustain. Having the support of UMOCA is really powerful. It's really validating.
Arts in the education space is crucial. Lots of times we're going into schools where they may not have a full-time art teacher. They may not even have a classroom to do art. So UMOCA is sort of filling in kind of where there's maybe lacking spaces. Our art truck will drive to a school. It has an original art exhibition, so it's basically a mini gallery on wheels. So the students get to walk in, we get to sit down, talk about the artwork, we get to make a project that kind of relates to the art that they just saw. Students also get to see that art is a career, it's an option. There are plenty of amazing local contemporary artists that make a living doing this, so they get to know that that's something that they could do if they're really passionate about it, which I think is really important as well.
The Out Loud program through UMOCA, it brings in high school artists from across Utah, and it is a support for the queer community. One of the common points of frustration in my life has been the impossibility of trying to express gender dysphoria to people who don't experience it. So I wanted to make 5 little sculptures of ceramic guys that each represent a different aspect of dysphoria in a more visual approach. It's uncomfortable to look at, and I feel like making art that's uncomfortable is all I ever really want to do, because it's I feel uncomfortable a lot too.
I made a painting of a figure that is pink, and I was trying to kind of express my relationship with femininity as a queer woman. I feel like the difference between surrendering to femininity or trying to destroy that within myself.
I grew up with a twin, so I feel super lucky. I have that exposure to be I have support from someone my age, but if I didn't, I feel like Out Loud would be a really, really vital part of feeling not alone.
I lost my partner 7 months ago. A couple of months after he passed, I wandered in here. One piece that I discovered was Oscar Munoz' Dystopia. This piece of art had letters on a piece of paper, and as the paper went into a substance, the letters disappeared. And it's a concept that I had been thinking about is, what if people don't remember Steve someday? That's the way I interpreted the artwork. And I just thought it was fascinating that this artist who's someone I will never meet or talk to, had captured a feeling that I had felt that day. It was deeply meaningful to have this place of solace that Steve and I had enjoyed, and I could feel him here.
UMOCA has stuck with this city over a century and changed names sometimes, shapes and locations, but UMOCA has persisted in a really engaged and a curious way with this evolving place.
With everything happening downtown and us trying to imagine what this future of Salt Lake looks like, it's, even more important to have artists in that conversation.
We want the next iteration of this museum's success to be very organic and to take into account what lovers of the museum and patrons really appreciate about it.
It creates this community, and it's a way of people gathering that's not based around commerce, right? And it's based around, symbols and meaning and beauty.
Established artists, emerging ideas, and experimentation just comes together with such ease in a place like UMOCA.
I believe UMOCA is worthy of support for anyone who believes in the power of art and the power of a variety of voices, that there is a power when not just one voice is heard, but many.
UMOCA in the future, part of it is a new building, but part of it is the world that we create around it through these creative and imaginative thinkers, that we're growing as students and that we're growing as artists and that we're growing as a community.